continue to do what they do this season, and they're back top of the table over in La Liga, of course. But can Real Madrid make up for lost ground? We're going to take a little look next. Today we'll take a look at match number 23, of course, in Spain, and we'll get to that in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for La Liga continues. We've got Blackburn Rovers, world football, right here under one rooster. Of course, despite the news of Girona top of the table, it's probably second fiddle to Xavi. That's right, Xavi's going to leave Barcelona at the end of the campaign for something new. Breath of fresh air, of course. Barcelona looking to, I think it's probably an equal sort of understanding. I think Barcelona wouldn't, I think Xavi would have continued if the success was there, but I think Barcelona are happy to look elsewhere. The gap is, of course, a whopping 11 points from Barcelona to Girona at the top of the table as of recording. But it'll be absolutely new sort of scenarios next season as Barcelona try to get back into the big time. All right, then, folks, let's take a look back at, of course, the last round of matches, which, of course, were just this past weekend. Again, I've not done them all. There's one game still to be played. That's the bottom one, Getafe against Granada, the Battle of the G's. I'm recording this ahead of time. But Almeria did lose to Alaves. 3-0 was the final score. I went with a 1-0 win myself. Sociedad did draw with Vallecano, 0-0 on the night. I went with the 2-1 win myself. Sevilla and Osasuna, 1-1 draw in the end. Barcelona, 5-3 loss. What a thriller. 8-goal thriller in the end. Going favour of Villarreal. 3-0 in my eyes. Got that one absolutely wrong. Betis, though, with a 1-0 win over Mallorca. 2-1 win in my eyes. Girona, 1-0 winners over Celta Vigo. They got a big win on the road there. 2-1 win for me. Atletico Madrid, 2-0 winners over Valencia. Spot on for me. Real Madrid also 2-1 winners over Las Palmas. Got that one also bang on the nose. And Bilbao and Cadiz 0-0 draw in the end. Of course, that's the situation over there. Well, that was the situation over there. What about the situation over here? Of course, that is the Super Brewski. Now, I don't know if this is up to date. Well, it's very much up to date, more than we have been anyway. James FC top of the charts there with 12.5 this past week, I think. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it all comes out. James FC top of the charts there, summer of 2018 as second, spot 57 in third. And then, of course, the Chasing Pack. That's, of course, I believe this week. But the overall leaderboard is what we really want to know. And it's Russell Frost, 22.3. Look at that. Big old gap at the top of the table. Costas K's in second there. Big movers though. James FC up 1 to number 3 there. 37 up 2 to number 4. A couple other shakers as well. But Summer 18, keep an eye on him. Up 5 spots to number 10. I am officially out. Of course, it's been a bit of a bumpy road trying to keep up with that wherever I've been, whether it's in England, whether it's up in Pennsylvania. I don't know. It's just I've just lost the plot a little bit. So I'll keep predicting as I do. But I'm not going to whack it in there. It's for you guys anyway. I was always going to win it. I was just going to pull it out my arse, at the last minute. But anyway, this is the table as it stands. Of course, Getafe, Granada still going to play. Of course, that would affect possibly the bottom and the middle of the table, but realistically, Getafe ain't going to go anywhere. They're going to be in 10th no matter what. The only goal difference can maybe push them down a bit. But Girona top charts, played one game more than Real Madrid. Of course, it looks like a two-horse race at the moment between those two sides. Atletico will be taking on Real Madrid this weekend, so that could open up a chance for Girona to extend that lead. And Barcelona, who will be looking for a new manager at the end of the season, are in 4th, and they've got their own battle of their hands to be in the Champions League. Cadiz, Granada, Almeria going down, but it could all change very, very soon, of course, as we look forward to those next games, which, of course, just around the corner. In fact, they're right here, right now. So let's get into it and have a look at these ones then, shall we? Which will all kick off on... actually, there is a whole bunch of games coming at you this midweek. I'm seeing it right here, right now, staring at it. Of course, there is not including the Monday game, there's 3 other games. Barcelona taking on Osasuna on Wednesday. Atletico Madrid taking on Vallecano, that's also on Wednesday. Getafe taking on Real Madrid, of course. Those are the games in hand for those nations who are away for the Saudi Arabian Copa del Rey or whatever, the Super Cup or whatever it was. But anyway, these are the games that are next weekend. So we're going to focus on that now, which, of course, when we talk about it, just remember that there's a slight bit of form will change those when we come back to them games on the weekend. So Friday, 2nd of Feb, it will be Bilbao against Mallorca. That's the first one. Let's get into that one then. Played each other 43 times since 1997. 18 wins from Bilbao, 14 wins from Mallorca, 11 draws, of course. Bilbao, though, 4-0 win their biggest, scoring 58 goals in 43 matches, 1.35 goals a game against Mallorca, who come into this with a 6-1 win, their biggest over their opposition here. 52 goals scored in 43 games, 1.21 goals a game, of course. Mallorca, though, 67% form for them right now, just one defeat at the last 6. They are 15th with 20 points on the board, up against the Bilbao side. 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat at the last 6. They are 5th with 42 points on the board. Last time around, though, over in the San Mamés Stadium over in Bilbao, it was a 0-0 draw. In fact, the last 3 between these two sides have ended up all square, of course. And the bookies for this one, we do have 2-1 Honors of Bilbao here. 14-5 is your draw. 11-2 is your away. And I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to go with the home side here. Bilbao with a 2-1 win, taking the points and moving the chains, of course. Meanwhile, Valencia taking out Almeria on Saturday, February the 3rd. Now, these two sides again, locking horns for the 16th time since 2007. 8 wins for, of course, Valencia. 4 wins for Almeria. 4 draws, of course, the biggest win for Valencia. 3-0 wins, scored 32 goals in those 16 matches. 2 goals a game on average. Almeria, though, who are struggling, 3-1 win their biggest. 24 goals scored in those 16 matches. 1.50 goals a game. Winless in the last 12 games, of course. 17% form for them over the last 6. They are rock bottom with just 6 points all season. Valencia, though, 8th for the table. A much better performance this campaign. 32 points on the board, of course, but 2 defeats in the last 3. 67% form for them at the moment heading into this one. However, last time around in Valencia, it was a 2-2 draw back in January 2023. Of course, Almeria just 1 loss the last 4 against Valencia, of course, but they've also just won 1 as well. The bookies odds for this one, we've got Valencia 2013 on for the Richie Red Hot favourites. 14-5 is the draw. 70-4, of course, is your away win here. We're back in Valencia as well. 2-0 win against the bottom club Almeria, who are destined to be playing seconded football next season. Granada up against Las Palmas. Of course, Granada in action, of course, today, but taking on Las Palmas next weekend. Of course, 12 times these two sides have played each other since 2010. 5 wins of Granada, 14 wins of Las Palmas, and 3 draws. Of course, Granada 5-2 win their biggest, scoring 19 goals in 12 matches, 1.58 goals a game. Las Palmas 5-1 win their biggest, 21 goals scored in 12 matches, 1.75 goals a game. Las Palmas are on 33% form for them right now, just 2 wins of the last 6. Of course, 9th in the table with 31 points on the board. Granada, though, 25% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6. They are 19th with 11 points on the board as well, struggling at the moment. Looks set to be going back down the division as well. Last time around, these two sides locked horns in Granada. It was a 2-1 win for Granada back in April 2023. It was in La Liga 2, the Segundo division, of course. That these two sides will be locking horns this weekend. 13-10 is your Granada, 9-4 is your Las Palmas, 11-5 is, of course, your draw here. Going to go with a 1-1 draw here, point apiece. Of course, could be a good opportunity for Granada to get some points to the board this extended week as well. Alaves up against Barcelona, of course, coming at you on Saturday, February the 3rd. Now, these two sides again played each other 30 times since 1999. We've got 4 wins for Alaves, 22 wins for Barcelona, 4 draws, of course, the biggest win for Alaves, 2-0 win, scoring 24 goals in 30 matches, 0.80 goals a game. Barcelona, though, 6-0 win their biggest, 76 goals scored in 30 matches, 2.53 goals a game on average. Barcelona, though, 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3 of the last 6. They are 4th with 44 points on the board. Up against the Alaves side, of course, are cooking right now, just 1 defeat of the last 6, 75% form for them right now, up to 11th in the table with 26 points on the board. Of course, last time around, over in Alaves, it was a 1-0 win for Barcelona back in January 2022. Barcelona unbeaten against them over the last 6, picking up 4 wins and a couple of draws. The odds, though, for this one, we've got 70-4 is your Alaves, 20-13 on your Barcelona, 11-4, of course, the draw. Of course, rocked by that news about Xavi taking it, leaving at the end of the season. They're going to win this one, though. 3-0 win to continue their Champions League push. That's what they're realistically going to be competing for this time around. Meanwhile, Girona against Girona against Real Sociedad, the game of the day, of course. Girona, the table toppers, up against my boys, Real Sociedad. Played with 11 times, 2008. We got 1 win for Girona, 3 for Sociedad, 7 draws, of course, the biggest win. The only win for Girona was a 1-0 win, scoring 10 goals in those 11 games, 0.91 goals a game. Sociedad, though, 5-0 win, their biggest, 18 goals scored in those 11 games, and 1.64 goals a game. They're 6th in the table right now, are Sociedad, just 1 defeat at the last 6, up against the Girona side, who are top, of course, just 1 defeat also in the last 6, 75% form for them as well. They are, of course, 55 points right now. Last time around, over in Girona, it was a 5-3 win for Sociedad back in October 2022, who are unbeaten against them over the last 6, couple of wins and 4 draws as well. The odds here, though, we're looking at Girona 21-20 for the victory, 12-5 is just Sociedad, 13-5, of course, is your draw. Girona are good. And unfortunately, they're going to beat my boys as well. 2-1 win for Girona. On this one, Villarreal coming at you against Cadiz. That's right, on Sunday, February the 4th. These two sides played each other 11 times. Since 2005, 4 wins for Villarreal, 2 for Cadiz, 5 draws, of course, the biggest win for Villarreal. 3-0 win, scored 15 goals in 11 games, 1.36 goals a game. Cadiz, though, 3-1 win, their biggest, 11 goals scored in 11 games. You could do the math on that one, of course. Cadiz, though, without a win in the last 11 games, of course, 18th in the table with 16 points on the board. A couple of draws, though, but they're on 25% form right now. Villarreal, though, 42% form for them. 2 wins in the last 6. They are 14th with 23 points on the board, of course. Last time around, they're over in Villarreal. It was a 2-0 win for the hosts back in May 2023. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game since Villarreal beat Cadiz back in December 2014. It's been a long, long time since the away side got a W here, and I don't think it's going to happen here. 20-13 on is your Villarreal. 14-5 is the draw. 70-4 is your Cadiz. Villarreal will win this one 2-0 win. They've got no Diaz, but they've got the goals, and they'll win this one none the same. Osasuna up against Celta Vigo, also coming at you Sunday, February the 4th, 30 to the 29 times in 1994. 8 wins for Osasuna, 14 wins for Celta Vigo, 7 draws, of course. The biggest win for Osasuna, 2-0 win, scoring 20 goals in 29 matches, 0.69 goals a game. Celta Vigo, 4-0 win, their biggest, 35 goals scored in 29 matches, 1.21 goals a game. Celta Vigo on 42% form for them right now. 3 defeats on the spin. They are 17th for the table with 17 points on the board. Up against Osasuna, 58% form for them right now. 2 defeats at the last 6. They are 12th with 26 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over in Osasuna. It was a 0-0 draw back in March 2023. Osasuna unbeaten in the last 3, pick a couple of wins and a draw. In fact, just 1 goal conceded against Celta Vigo in those last 3. But the odds right here, right now, we're looking at Osasuna 13-10 for the victory, 21-10 is the draw, 23-10 is your away win. That's Celta Vigo. Tight one here. Going to go with a 1-1 draw here. Point to the bag. Celta Vigo trying to survive under Benitez. That's right. Real Betis up against Getafe coming at us Sunday, February the 4th. These two sides played each other 35 times since the year 2000. 13 wins for Real Betis, 11 wins for Getafe, 11 draws, of course. Biggest win for Real Betis was a 2-0 win, scoring 39 goals in 35 games, 1.11 goals a game. Getafe, though, 11 matches, 11 wins, of course. 3-0 win was their biggest, 36 goals in 35 matches, 1.03 goals a game. Getafe, 10th for the table with 42 points on the board right now. No, sorry, 10th for the table, 26 points on the board, 42% form for them at the moment. And of course, just 1 win in 5. Real Betis, though, 42% form for them as well. 2 wins for the last 6, 7th for the table with 34 points on the board as well coming at you. Last round over in Betis, it was a 1-0 win for Getafe, of course. That was back in May 2023. But the odds right here, right now, we're looking at Betis 2017 on for the victory, 12-5 is the draw, 10-3 is, of course, your Getafe here. Going to go with a 2-0 win. Real Betis with the 3 points. Getafe taking another L on this one. Then we go to, of course, the big one. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid coming at you at the Bernabeu. Of course, played each other 78 times since 1993. 42 wins for Real Madrid, 15 wins for Atletico, 21 draws, of course. Biggest win for Real Madrid, 4-0 win, scoring 144 goals in 78 matches. That's 1.85 goals a game. Atletico, though, 7-3 win, their biggest. 90 goals scored in those 78 matches, 1.15 goals a game. Atletico on 83% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are third, 44 points on the board. Up against the Real Madrid side, 83% form for them as well, just 1 defeat of the last 6. They are second with 54 points, of course, on the board as well. Last time around, over in Bernabeu, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2023. Of course, they've already played each other twice this season. In fact, 3 times this season. 2 wins for Atletico, 1 for Real Madrid, of course. 1 in La Liga, way back in match number 6, of course. 1 in the Supercopa. Real Madrid coming out on top of the semi-final, of course, on that one. And the round of the 16 of the Copa del Rey, Atletico coming out on top on that one as well. So they've been vicious opponents over the last handful of months here. But the odds here, 10-7 on is Real Madrid, 15-4 is Atletico Madrid, 11-4 is, of course, the draw here. Going to go with a 3-2 win for Real Madrid, keeping the heat at the top of the table and maybe maintaining the top of the table status, of course. Real Vallecano up against Sevilla. We'll wrap it up on Monday, February the 5th. Now, these two sides have played each other 35 times in 1993. 7 wins for Vallecano, 20 wins for Sevilla, 8 draws, of course. Biggest win for Vallecano, 2-0 win, scoring 38 goals in 35 matches, 1.09 goals a game. Sevilla, though, 5-0 win, their biggest, 70 goals scored in 35 games, 2 goals a game on average. They're on 42% form for them right now. 2 wins of the last 6. They are 16th for the table with 17 points on the board. Up against the Vallecano side, 42% form for them right now. Also, 2 wins of the last 6. They are 13th for the table with 24 points on the board. Last round, they're over in the Estadio de Valcaras. It was a 1-1 draw back in February 2023. Vallecano are unbeaten against them over the last 4. 1 win and 3 draws. But the odds for this one, we have Vallecano 6-5 for the victory, 23-10 is just Sevilla, and 23-10 is also the draw here. I think I'm back in Sevilla. I don't know why. I keep on doing it, guys. I keep on bloody doing it. And that, of course, will wrap up my picks for this weekend's matches, of course. But what about the table? Or look, something along these lines. Don't forget, there's a whole handful of games over in La Liga this weekend. So, or during the week, sorry. Girona will be top, according to my eyes. Only just. But don't forget, Real Madrid do have a game in hand, which, of course, could put them 2 points clear at the top of the table, of course. And Barcelona could even close up a little bit further with their wins if they can get them done and dusted. That's my picks. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, hit the little bell, guys, until we come back again. And, of course, keep up the links with the Predictions League and the old Super Brew. But until then, we're done.